In a world where size matters, there's one lake that keeps rewriting what's possible. Euro Aqua, land of the NOSSA pigs.
They smatter on the dance floor. Come on, the NOSSA pigs. Big, fat, juicy NOSSA.
Where the weather turns in minutes.
Come to Euro Aqua, they said. It would be fun, they said. My God, look at it.
It's unpredictable, raw.
This is how you round it. You bastard!
And everything you dream of.
Come on, the 100-pounders, baby.
But then came something different. A flawless linear with a legendary scale pattern.
Does it get much better than that? I don't think it does.
This is Euro Aqua.
It's that time again. I'm heading to Euro Aqua. Rich, Beck and Toby, the other side, they're going over in the RV. Now, if you haven't seen myself and Rich's video, make sure you head back over to the channel after this one and watch the full watch of it. I think I managed a fish around £70 and a backup 50. It was quite a hard session. Emma's actually meeting me Sunday and I'm going to pick her up. She's flying over this time because she's got some family commitments. Euro Aqua done a world record about a month ago now. Peg 5, so sort of the similar sort of water to where I'm fishing. I'm in Peg 8 and I'm going to be fishing to my right. I've actually booked Peg 5 and Peg 8. So Toby and Rich are in Peg 5. I'm in Peg 8 with Emma. I'll give you a little bit of a taste in your mouth of what this trip is going to be all about. Fish over £100. Yeah, my brain can't quite comprehend that, if I'm honest. So, banger incoming, baby. Come on, the 100-pounders. Get up. Right then, everyone, you join me sort of midway through Germany at the moment. And what I'll do is I've went the non-toll route. So you can go on tolls. It's actually, I think it's about an hour difference, something silly like that. But it can cost about 150 quid because me and Rich made that mistake last time. But I've normally always come on this road. There's no tolls. Yes, I think it's 15 hours, something like that from the other side, or 14 hours. We've got 7.5 hours left. So like I said, middle of Germany, we've stopped. It's now 8 o'clock. We've had some lovely food this evening. We're in like a, I don't know, like there's like these pull-offs. Not so much a service station as such, because you can't buy anything from here. There's like a block of toilets in front of me. We've parked the RV up, I've parked the van behind it. Yeah, buzzing for an early night. Yeah, that is the update for now. Time for an early night, a few apple juices, and up early in the morning. So that's the update. I'll see you in a bit. Right, wow, you're probably watching this thinking, there's no way you're in a service station, Ben, or in a hotel, or by Lake Balaton. I'm at Euro Aqua. Now let me explain why. So after I last see you that first day, we got to a point where we had 7.5 hours left of the drive. So myself, Rich, Toby and Beck, we continued doing that the next day. Didn't get any video of that. And then we managed to sort of turn up at our campsite. So we stayed on the campsite on Lake Balaton. You know what, I'll put it up on the screen now and I'll get Steve to do a zoom in as well so you can see exactly where this is. It cost us £44 for 4 of us, so it sort of, when you look at it, really it hasn't really cost us much, if I'm honest with you. So that was lovely. We had a lovely evening, went out for some food with 2 lads that we know from England that are in Peg 4 now, but I'm sure we'll touch base with them throughout the week, or hopefully go over with a couple of big NOSSA pigs, and we'll show you over there. And then Sunday morning came. Now we had a meeting anyway with Jackie and Michelle in regards to a few things going into next year, and in the end we ended up staying on the night. So we stayed on the night before, and yeah, it went a little bit crazy last night, if I'm honest. I had 5 fish, lost a couple, including a Desi great big slug as well, a catfish. I'll put them up on the screen, but I had about 4 or 5 40s last night, and let's just say I had about an hour's sleep. £44 first fish. She's very lively, very lively. So I'm going to let it go real quick, but yeah, that rod's been out 10 minutes, something like that. Nice common, buzzing. Let's get this one back. I've got no rods in the water. Like I said, that was the first chuck. Left-hand side of the swim. One more look. Yeah, £44. There you go. All £47 of her. Frogs in the background. And fish number 5. Yes. Let's quickly show you the other side. Mwah. So there it is. There's the other side. Let's get this football back. Yes. So as you can see, it was, let's just say, a bit of an eventful night. I got an hour's sleep, got the rods out. I didn't go crazy on bait, if I'm honest with you. I got a couple of trays of buckwheat and some of their chops. But again, I'm going to go into great depth throughout this week and go over. I'm actually going to sit down what Euro Aqua have to offer when it comes to bait as well. You know I love my bait. Anybody who watches me knows I'm a bait man through and through. I probably like my bait more than I do my fishing, if I'm honest. So I'm a bit obsessed. So I'm going to go over their bait, and it's not bad. It's a bloody good bait, to be fair, and it's come on leaps and bounds over the last couple of years. In fair play for your likes of Michelle and obviously Jackie locating and getting a bait made with high-end nutritional value to support the fish at Euro Aqua. So yeah, put this bait out. Like I said, I had them fish last night. I think the big was £47. They're all coming. Again, I'll go into rigs throughout this video, guys, but they're all coming on little shorties, and also I was fishing like Ronnie setups with beans. They're all coming on beans. So I say they were all coming on beans. They weren't all coming on beans. I thought, I'm getting cocky, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to play about with colours because I've had a few fish now. I had them on pinks, the 15 mils, the new Scopex. I was having them on 12s, the yellow in Scopex, and I moved to the pinks, as pink's my favourite over a yellow, if I'm honest. But I was having them on yellows. I thought, let me try a pink. And then, to be honest with you, I had a bigger fish, and I think the biggest one, the £47, actually come off that sort of Ronnie setup with a wafter on the back of a spinner sort of scenario. Throughout this morning, it was carnage, all the way up until about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Like I said, I got an hour's sleep, and that is the God's honest truth. I did not sleep at all last night. I was up in the element, first night at Euro Aqua, like a kid at Christmas, getting all excited. And yeah, well, nicking them, picking them up. Nothing crazy, not like an abnormal session, but you know, first night to have, what was it, 3 or 4 40s or something like that. Yeah, and again, people watching this going, I've been to Euro Aqua, Ben, a 40-pounder is not massive. Now, it might not be massive to you, but I love my fishing, and a 40-pounder, whatever country you're in, it puts a smile on my face. So I fish for me, and that's why I'm bringing this up. I was buzzing, you know, I've had these fish, you know, 40-pounder at home is far and few between. It's something you wait for months for, or you work for to make it happen and catch that 40 over here, bang. Within 10 minutes of putting a rod out, this is the first fish that common had, I think it was 44 or 45, I think it was 44. And come up in the water, I'm thinking, that's bloody massive. Landed that, thank you very much. And that was within 10 minutes. That was off the baited spot where I put the buckwheat, and I think it was the Sweet Ocean, I think the boilies were. Again, like I mentioned, I will go over that. And I've scattered it all over that spot, and that rod went within 10 minutes. Absolutely crazy. I'm like, this is going to be a ridiculous week if it's like this. Food was about an hour ago now, and what I will do is I'll put up some pictures up on the screen now. Always looked after here by the family. We had this lovely food. It was like chips. Don't quote me on this. I think it's called schnitzel, and it's like a meat with batter around it. We had 2 massive bits of it. There's Toby.
With nice Bacardi and Coke, lovely.
Finished off with a brownie with, like I said, a little cocktail there, a bit of vodka, a bit of lemonade, blah, 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 bits in it, looked fancy, little flamenco popping out. So yeah, there's the updates. No rods in the water at the moment. I'm not in no rush to get them out. I know it kicks off about 8 o'clock. Yes, I'm going to keep in the loop throughout the next 24 hours. Hopefully myself and Emma can get on the action and get that 80 plus that we've come here for. I'm going to set my target of an 80 plus. That would make me really happy. If I get anything over sort of 90 plus, I'll be on cloud 9. I truly would. So, apologies for not for it jumping a little bit there. But as you know, here at the Parker Baits YouTube channel, I like to try and keep you in the loop and show you exactly what's going on and the nitty gritty bits, etc, etc. But you're now fully in the loop. Cheers from me. I've got my Sprite. I'm at Euro Aqua. I've got 100-pounders out there in front of me somewhere. Does life get much better? I don't think it does. Cheers. Well, there it is, the rods are out. Emma's rod's set behind. You've got the right hand rod here. To be honest, I didn't get no footage of it, but that landed just off to the left of the spot, which is on the single marker where I'm fishing one single rod, which is directly in front of me. The left and the middle rod's on a bag, left hand rod is on a normal sort of spinner sort of scenario, and they're both on the money. They both went out pretty damn good, to be honest. The first one went out slightly better than the second. The first time I cast, when I was redoing the middle, when I was doing the middle rod, I actually miscast, and I was like, you know what, it hit clip as well, sort of semi, but it just wasn't right. I thought, nah, don't be lazy, Ben, reel it back in, and that's exactly what I did. Second chance, bang, went out, it clipped lovely, just off the right of the spot, and then the left hand rod just off the left of the spot. Something that I want to start doing earlier on into the week, because previous weeks I've done on here, when I fished off the spot, I've caught the bigger fish. The facts are there. I've done it. I've had them, and I've definitely picked up bigger fish. So yesterday I would have said I was concrete on the money, sort of smack bang on the spot on top of the bait. Now I'm just off it. So let's see what tonight brings. That's the update for now. We've had rolls brung around. Do you want to pass us a roll, bub? Emma's sat next to me now. I don't think she's feeling the camera. She's still very tired at the moment. But we've got a wafer and a salami and some other bits and bobs in there. So I don't know if you can see that. It's a roll, and the fish is just boshed. 5 wraps out in front of me. So dinner with a view. Who needs Netflix when you've got Euro Aqua? Let's just say that. Hopefully you see me soon with a 90 pounder. Come on the NOSSA pigs. Come on the magic beans. Yes. Right, well, bless Emma. She's been up helping me. We've got the rods in front of me now. I've lost 3, but we've just had that 53. So yeah, biggest of the trip so far. But definitely need to try and get some sleep, because we have been non-stop between us. And she's been helping me every step. Just had a beat there on my right hand rod. What is tonight going to bring? What is tonight going to bring? Come on the 90 pounders. Definitely a lively one, this one. So I'm going to try and get it up. Like that, look. 62 this one. And the biggest to point. The last one was 53. Starting to get into them bigger fish now. But thank you, Mr. Common. I'm going to spray this one up. Carefully put it back down. Spray it up. And get this one back. Happy days. Yes. Right, well, as you can see, I had a bit of a, just leave the rods in, Ben. It was absolutely crazy. Up throughout the night again, 5 o'clock came, I had another one, didn't get any video of it. It was a leather, about 30 pound, and yeah, I've just had I don't know, maybe an hour's sleep, have we? Something like that. Emma doesn't even know herself, but it's been a busy night. Now breakfast is here. Here it is. So breakfast Euro Aqua, what's going on? So we've got a bread roll in there. Everybody's seen a bread roll before, you know what that looks like. And we've got some brie, some cheese, some meat, a couple of tomatoes, some cucumber with a view. Breakfast sorted. Redone the rods, they are back out. I'm pointing down it, you can't even see the rods, there they are. I've just put them back out, the left and the middle rod up against the marker, sort of over towards the clubhouse, if you like. I've broke down my trays, otherwise I just go crazy. So I've got a couple of trays of the buckwheat, so I've just do probably 3 inches in each tray, so I can go out and control myself a little bit more. But yeah, the rods are out. Yeah, if I'm honest with you, if it was going to be really hot today, I was going to rest the swim and just go out little and often with the boat. But today's come in, it's sort of mild. It's tops 25, but very, very overcast, cloudy, and we've got a storm coming in tonight, which is quite exciting. So being that I know that's coming, I'm going to sort of prep myself, make sure, let me just change hand, make sure that the bivvy don't get blown away, because that's happened to me here before, and just everything's pinned down. And also, rigs are made, because it was just a nightmare last night. You're making rigs every fish, and then an hour goes, then another hour goes. Next thing you know, it's light and you've been up all night. So I don't mind being up all night, but what I do need to be is a little bit more proactive of making sure that my rigs are ready, so I can be on it, if you like, throughout the night. So yeah, that's the update for now. I'm going to sit back now for the next hour, digest. Obviously, we got up at 2 o'clock. So anybody who wasn't aware, at Euro Aqua, they ring a bell. It's like a dinner bell. Not for the fish, for all the people around the lake. You go up and you have a nice sort of lunch. And again, I'll bring on my journey and show you that. I said what we had yesterday, that schnitzel, but I mean, yeah, I've had some lovely food here over the years, all cooked fresh. Erica, her name is, a lovely lady, and everything is on point. So I'm really looking forward to the food. As you know, food, put on a little bit of weight recently, but I'm happy. Definitely need to get that off though. But yeah, the clubhouse is over there. I'm going to sit back. Is it time for an apple juice? I think it is. I'm on holiday, mate. So we've got dinner this evening. What do we think we got then, bub?
Is it pork, rice and veg?
There's Toby.
Pork fillet.
Pork fillet.
Party again.
Nice. And there's Rich. Very red.
This is known as NOSSA fuel.
NOSSA fuel. For tonight with the 90 pounders.
For the turbo, you've got to fill the turbo up.
So there it is, there's pudding. I don't know what it is, but apparently it looks like a lemon. Tobe's over there. But yeah, lovely times. Yeah, you got it all going on, mate, ain't you?
Yes.
So what
Making now 2 nice drinks, but not too many, because otherwise no fishing. Just a bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, we are waiting of the weather cooling down. Thunderstorm outside.
It's going to be an exciting night, mate, I reckon.
Yeah. I think so. And then the big mamas will turn on.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
Yes, for Ben's PB. But we're getting there.
We will. Come to Euro Aqua, they said. It would be fun, they said. Yes! Absolutely mental. Hailstones like golf balls. And that weather just come in over the space of about 2 minutes. Emma's going, you gotta come in, you gotta be safe. My God, look at it! It's absolutely smashing it down. Come on, the 100-pounders, baby. Wow, you joined me about, I don't know, an hour on, give or take, since that rain, and it was absolutely crazy. I mean, it was golf balls coming down like that, hailstones. I've not seen anything like it. The ground was alive with frogs, and it still is now. We look around and there's all these little frogs, sort of, I don't know, centimetre big, but they're just jumping around everywhere. But as you can see, the rods are next to me. Before we've even put the rod out on the spot, there was 2 spots on the marker of pluming bubbles coming up. I'm like, that's a good sign, that's a good sign. So it was like, do I leave it, do I just put some bait on it? Some people may say you've messed up there, but I put a bit of bait on it. I thought, I'm out here now, put the bait on top of it, Anyway, about 5 minutes ago, prior to this clip, I've just redone that rod. Anyway, just before casting the rod, the marker's going like this. So, yeah, if any rod's going to go and go soon, I would say that right-hand rod, but it wouldn't surprise me with these because these were just relentless last night, particularly the left and the middle rod, which is right up against the clubhouse, if you like, on a marker. Again, I'll show you that over the duration of the week. Big common tonight? Who knows? That would be lovely. So that is the update. Tuesday night, and probably the best conditions. If it was on paper, this is the best conditions that I've got left this week tonight. I just hope it throws up something ridiculous. I'll get absolutely soaked. I'll be dripping like this if I need to. If it produces, hopefully it produces one of them bigger fish tonight. We shall see. But that's the update. I just bought 2 extra buckwheats. Jackie said, "Do you want any more?" I said, "Yeah, I'll take a couple more buckwheats, and just in case, then I can top up if necessary." So there it is, the update of all updates. Night number 3. Am I going to get a PB? Well, it didn't take long. I don't know exactly what the time was. Just nodded off, and then that middle rod screamed off into action. And that's obviously the rod just to the right of that blue marker. Now, I'm not going to get in the water with it, but this one is 49 pound and 8 ounces. Another beautiful, beautiful St. John's. You can tell I'm half asleep. Euro Aqua beast. So I've sprayed it up. That's why there's a tinge in the water. Just sprayed its mouth. Let's get this one back. Another Euro Aqua monster. Come on, yes. Right. Morning wake up call. I'm not going to lie, I was sounder. I had a right night, but I'll explain that in a bit. I just had that one last night. But left hand rod, the only one on the baited spot, I've decided to pull off. And it was a screamer as well, and I mean absolute screamer. I'm just putting some side pressure on it at the moment, not giving it any because I don't want them kiting. Now we've got a drone up above me as well, which must be Adam. So hopefully he's going to get some cool footage. I just hear, whoo. So hopefully he's pressed record now, so we'll move to drone now. And yeah, it done me on the snags, the left hand, but I did get the rig back, so I've got to start being a little bit more careful pulling the fish round to my right, which I was doing the whole time. I even said it in the video, I was pulling the fish round and it's went right the way left, which is the first one that's ever done that, and all the fish I've picked up so far right the way left, and it's done me down here. But the rod is back out. That rod went straight back out. And I went out of the boat and obviously pulled the rig, so there's no rig in any fish's mouth, which is the main thing for me, which then gets on what happened last night. I had to redo them rods 3 or 4 times. And then my rod behind me decided to alarm stopped working, and I think there was a trailer out there or something was out there, because the rods kept being done, and I was like, you know what, this is getting ridiculous. I get them on the spot, and then 5 minutes later it would be pulled off the spot, and then 5 minutes later it would be pulled off the spot. And to be honest, I lost my head a little bit last night. I was tired. It's been a busy couple of days with the fishing, and yeah, it didn't really go to plan. One of the best nights. But one thing I will say is best nights, best conditions, but the storm never come in, so it wasn't quite as good as I thought it was going to be, to be honest with you. I'm surprised that rod didn't do a bite, if I'm honest. But tonight I think I'm going to go 2 over here and 1 over here tonight, and that's a plan of action. That is a plan of action. But for now I'm going to eat breakfast. But good morning. Welcome to Wednesday. What is the day going to bring? Come on the carp. Come on the NOSSA pigs. It is just gone 11 o'clock. And if I'm honest with you, It's 30 degrees out there and I'm struggling. I don't deal with the heat as well as Emma does. Emma's out there, she's keen on, she's sunbathing, turning into nice brown Emma. So, but the wind's trickling in. It's made it a little bit harder to cast this morning. I just had a real weird occurrence on the left-hand rod. I'm going to play about with an alarm in a minute, but literally I'm just staying out of that heat out there before it gets too hot. The other thing is for me, which I've done before, I've been out there all day in it, you get all sunburned, it makes you feel sick, and then through the night then you're not being proactive. Well, the action's coming through the night, so I'd rather just play it cool through the day, not getting the sun too much, and take full advantage of it when it does get dark. And that is exactly what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to do the night shift tonight. I'm going to bring in my journey as well and sort of go in a bit more depth and pick up the camera where I can and show you what's going on, and hopefully some nice fish in the mix. So yes, last night in the end, I think, what was that one? 49.8. That obviously sprayed up. Lovely fish, beautiful fish. Didn't want to wake Emma up. Lovely one, real nice one. You know, I can't complain. Fish are nearly £50. You know, it truly does make me smile. You can't grumble. But just at Euro Aqua, in the grand scheme of things, is a baby. Or as Jackie likes to say, I'm here for a big mama. So that's the update for now. Like I said, just gone past 11 o'clock. I really don't want to be out there going over rigs and talking and going over bits and bobs. But for now, I need to make sure that I'm ready for this evening. That's me being straight up with you and honest with you as well. Like I said, just trying to keep not too hot. But on that note, one thing I am going to touch on is one thing that has been keeping me lovely and cool the whole time I've been here. And a massive shout out to Wolf International was this bad boy. So I've got one of these, and I've also got the this, like, it sprays like a water mist, and it's unbelievable, and it's been keeping me cool the whole time I've been here at Euro Aqua. This one's actually got a power pack on it. It's also got a light on it as well, this particular one, and it's got a setting where the fan moves like so. These are now available at Tommy's Tackle. I had to get that one in there, didn't I? For sure. So make sure you go over, and if you are going into, well, we're going into them warmer months, even in England, you need a decent fan, but also sort of works as a power pack as well. And you've also got up the top your percentages and a light all built in. Yeah, what a great bit of kit. And I'll show you that mist one later on in the video, because it's quite cool as well. You sort of sit there. I say to Emma, it's like a goddess, and I'll have it on in the mist steaming over, and it's like a cool mist because obviously the fan's on and that coolness is going over you. So yeah, that's been keeping me nice and cool in the bivvy. Out there, nothing's going to keep you cool at all, nothing. So I'll see you in a bit. Well, I just about got 3/4 of the way, and I put down, I haven't got the camera. I wanted to show you the shower block and that. Like I say, with the whole point of these vlogs are you get a true insight of the venue itself. So obviously I've just walked over the little bridge to the island on peg 8, and then you come out to this bit here. Now this section, you park your van over the other side, but this is where, just down from the hut basically, the wind's taking a massive turn. It's coming in the right way again. Hopefully you can hear me and it's not too windy, but that's coming in this bay, lovely. My peg is over here, so this left hand rod tonight is going to be spicy. So dinner time, what I'll do is I'll touch base with you when I get up there. Here's the main men's shower block. So you've got 2 urinals, nice and clean, 2 toilets, and then the main shower. It's a walk-in one, it's quite nice, look. So nice bit to hang your bits, get changed. Hello. Bit of a wash there. And then there's an additional to here, which is the one Emma normally uses. So that's that over there. You know what, I think I'll show you anyway. So obviously Emma's been in. Oh, lights on anyway. Nice and clean. Another shower. Primarily the ladies one, this one, but clean and lovely nevertheless. Right. Have a shower. Go and have dinner in there. I'll see you in a second. Here she is.
Here I am.
Dinner done.
Yeah, we're off to peg 4 and 5, just to have a bit of a chat on, maybe some apple juices, and then put rods back out at 7.
That's the plan of action. So we're going to head round now. I'll see you in a bit. Here's a change of scenery. Look at this, peg 5. You join me in Toby's, Rich and Beck's peg. Look at them for bobbins, but I will come over and have a chat with both of them over the duration of this week. 2 characters for sure, enjoying peg 5. There's Rich's setup with the Parker baits and Derek's angling mascot there at the background. But yeah, they're out there on the boat, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. There they are. Apologies about the videoing, but you can see where they are. Oh, Rich nearly went in then. So I'm going to zoom back out. But yeah, you join me in peg 5. The wind's trickling in this bay, and Beck's had one. NOSSA pig.
Not too much. Now just gently drop them real like that.
No, she's wiggling at you. Yes, Beck. Oh, it's a NOSSA, Beck's cause a NOSSA, big fat juicy NOSSA. New PB, Beck?
Definitely. Loving the Lionel life.
Yeah.
Bit there.
Yeah.
She okay?
Is it me you're looking for? Oh, have you seen this?
Oh no. Microphone. Microphone.
Wow, here we go. Rods are out. I've just come back from Rich's, Tobes and Beck's over there. A nice evening. Come back. Just got the rods out in time. I got 2 rods out by the red pole this evening. So on the tree, boom boom, and then 1 out on the blue over the back. And then obviously Emma's got her rod over the back there. All tucked up in bed in there. Looks cosy. Come on, carp gods. Give us a 90-pounder. The wind is absolutely crazy at the moment. It's pretty mad out here, but it's lovely and warm. The wind's a lovely, warm southwesterly. Couldn't ask for much more going over to that marker. So I'll update you through the night, hopefully with a few fish. Or very soon, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo. So there it is. £55, big fat Euro Aqua common. It's a very lively fish. Just want to get it back, but yeah. Come on.
I just wanna be the best that I am. Not call it anyone else. Not falling into a rain. Just like you think I would do. I just wanna spend some time with myself. I'm not texting anyone else. I'm not falling for someone else. Yes, I come back. Yes, I come back. Yes, I come back. Yes, I come back.
First thing I'm going to do is, here at Euro Aqua, just to keep the fish safe, I'm going to take the fish out and pull the sling away, carefully put it back in the mat there, and I'm just going to check the fish now because I know there's a little mark from my hook. So there it is, another mid-40, £45 I think this one was. A lovely common, but I've got something a little bit bigger in the net. And I'm looking forward to showing you that in a second. It's a pretty one as well. But yeah, blown away by this one. This one was to the left of the spot. And the one I've got over there was out in front of me. So I'm going to get this one back. Happy days. So there it is. I think it's around the £70 mark. I'll confirm the actual weight very soon. But honestly, I'm blown away. lost for words, and the prettiest fish I've ever caught out of Euro Aqua. I'm shaking, I'm happy, I'm smiling. Yeah, I'm blown away. Thank you very much, Euro Aqua, and thank you very much. The prettiest thing I've seen. Mwah. Yes. Does it get much better than that? I don't think it does. Physically drained in the bivvy. It is stupidly hot out there, and I'm struggling, if I'm honest with you. Emma's out there sunbathing. I don't know how she does it. I'm sat in here with my fan on, sort of just like holding it. I'm even turn that around now as I'm talking. Jeez. So yeah, what a mad morning. Quite a slow night. Obviously had that one in the night. What was it, 55, I think it was, a common. And it went off. So my left hand rod pulled into action to begin with. And that was that 45-pound common, lovely fish. And the pictures, I've got a picture on the screen now, almost looks a little bit dark. I don't know if it's because I'm coming over on the sun, sort of looking at the sun, but there's like this reed line behind me, so it's almost making the fish look really cool. Yeah, it looks mega on this picture, but obviously I've just put the net down after netting it, and then my right hand rod goes, but then as it goes, it kind of spins the pod and almost twists the pod over nearly. And it's flat rodded me. I'm just holding on. I'm going, Emma, you seeing this? I'm like, this is ridiculous. This has got to be a better fish. There's got to be a better fish. Coming close, done a couple of mad bursts to the right, to the left, come up on the surface, instantly recognised the fish. I'm thinking, that is a fish that Michelle's had. And I put that up on the screen now. I'm thinking, I know that fish, I've seen that fish, and now I'm looking down in the net and it's in my net. I'm thinking that is an absolute banger. Obviously rang the lads the other side. I said, I'm going to need bigger scales. I'm going to need a bigger boat. I've only got scales that goes to 60 naively. I brung the wrong scales with me, didn't I, on this trip, and anything over sort of 60 pound. I'm going to have to call the lads over there. Anyway, they come round and carefully dealt with the first one, that common, and then moving on to sort of the prized possession, if you like, and there it was, this beautiful, the prettiest fish I've ever caught from Euro Aqua in my hands, and just blown away. I'm still sort of in cloud nine now, if I'm honest. I mean, sometimes, yes, you want the biggest fish in the world, and when they're pretty like that, you just, yeah, I can't, yeah, words can't describe. After seeing the photos, particularly Toby got as well, got some bangers of it. Yeah, truly wonderful fish, and something that I'll take with me for the rest of my life. And I'm sure I'll tell my kids one day that I had that, Lynn, I had that real cool one from Euro Aqua. So yeah, magical moment. Anyway, I've texted Jackie and said, oh, you know, I've had this pretty one, and then she's called me instantly, and typical family style, we're at Euro Aqua, really happy for you. Oh my God, Ben, well done. That's one of the prettiest fishes in there. Michelle even got on the phone to me, who's like, mate, congratulations, mate. I'm like, thanks very much. I said, yeah, bang. He said, yeah, unbelievable. And then Jackie then turned around and said, that is one of the biggest lins in the world. So crazy, like that's madness. One of the biggest lins in the world, up there with some of the best. You know, that was probably a fish I'll never ever catch again in my life. Something so special to me anyway, and that's all that matters. Yeah, I really yeah, blown away by that capture. I truly was. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna have a shower in a bit. I'll probably, next time you see me, will probably be with food, but in the evenings you can actually digest what's going on. It's too hot, so you've got to, like, in the evenings you got a bit, the sun starts going down, and then a few hours before it gets complete darkness is lovely, because you can lock onto the water, you can redo all your rods, you can go out on the boat. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. That's the update. Like I said, banger, and yeah, I'll see you next time.
I think it might be pickled goat.
Pickled goat, Rich says. Could be anything though, but looks lovely, and it always does taste nice. So, look at that. Pickled, and you can have any drink you want.
Well, as promised, I said I'd go over the bait. Now it's feed time here at the zoo, and we've just come back. I've been fed at the zoo over there, and I thoroughly enjoyed. We had like pasta, I think it was beef, wasn't it, bub?
Yeah, I think so.
Beef, and it was lovely. I had a bit of bread with it, and then pancakes come out. Now anybody who knows me knows I love a pancake, so that was for pudding. Thoroughly enjoyed myself, but now it's time to feed the carp. Now I'm going to repeat what I've been doing over the duration of this week. I've been doing a similar method throughout the days, sort of up to this point, and obviously obviously the fish has done. So you've got Dark Ocean, which is a peanut one, which 5 kg for £65. You've got the Sweet Ocean, which is mealworm and peanut, and then finish it off with the Secret Ocean, which is this one. And I've been using the mealworm one as well. So in here is the Bio-Calinus, I think you'll find, and this is something that's been doing me really well on this trip. So I've been putting a little bit of this out over the spots, whole and chopping them. I've actually chopped them up by hand. It's taken me ages, but I've just sat there and went like this with the baits and then put them over the spot. I've done a hell of a lot of that yesterday. Now moving it on, one thing I have been sort of putting on alongside that is our Calinus from Parker Baits. So I've been putting a glug on in with that. And also, I'm not going to lie, the buckwheat. So the buckwheat comes like this, but you're seeing buckwheat week in, week out. So this is 25 kg. It's £100 here at Euro Aqua. That's the prices at the moment. It's 2025 in June. Now I've been sort of supercharging this with the roasted peanut. So putting the roasted peanut in, leaving it for 4, 5, 6 hours, and I've just been stirring it and stirring it and stirring it. No doubt, obviously, I've been putting a bit of flat spot on. I've been using the Swimbooker garlic flat spot on this scenario, putting a bit of that in, and a bit of the Scopex as well, mixing the two up and just mixing it through. Now finishing it off with this lovely concoction as well. Now I've been fishing the chops. This has got like maggots in the actual boilies, mealworm in the actual boilies, and yeah, it's been doing me really, really well since I've been here. So I've got that, and I've been putting holes out as well, which are there because all this is going out in a second. There's the holes. I mean, look at them. One thing I will say, and I'll give it to Euro Aqua, their boilies have moved on leaps and bounds over the years, and this is a lot better, and it's the best boilie I've used. The point is a lot of eggshell in there. It's a soft bait as well. It's not rock hard, it's not marbles. As you can see, I'm easily twisting that in my fingers, and it's the same with this one as well. I can break that up really easy. But whole boilies, chops, buckwheat, it's been doing the do. And like I said, price is up on the screen now. So if you are coming to Euro Aqua and you want to budget yourself, you can do that. Sorry about the backdrop, but I'm in the shade and I'm kind of enjoying myself in the shade because it's bloody hot. Even Emma made a comment. She's like, "You sure you don't want to go in the sun?" I said, "Definitely not. Definitely not." But that's the bait. And yeah, hopefully it does meet £100 tonight.
Put the rods out, so I'm about 6-7 wraps out towards my marker, and we've just put out some buckwheat and Sweet Ocean, yeah, with a bit of, which sauce did we go for? Calinus sauce, smelly one. I really wanted a smelly one. Hey. But yeah, rods are all out now, so we now wait and see what tonight brings. Also, I'll just say now, these hats from Tommy's Tackles, if anyone's got thick hair like me, look at that, you can get a bun in there. So, guys, make sure you're treating your ladies, and ladies, make sure you're going over and buying one of these right now. My hook bait of choice is a 18mm hardened hooker, fruit and nut, topped with a 12mm white magic bean. So, you've heard it here first. That is the magic that's going to happen tonight. Come on the NOSSA.
Right, well, I'm back from dinner and not so carpy t-shirt, but I'm comfortable and that's all that matters. Now, myself and Emma on previous trips have really struggled with mozzies, with that being the day and particularly at night time. Fish on the bank, lifting that fish up and getting annihilated by mozzies. Emma's holding the camera and again getting smashed to bits and then nearly throwing the camera in the drink. It's frustrating to say the least. So Gardiner got in contact before or should I say I got in contact with Gardner prior to going away to come to Euro Aqua, and said obviously about the flex tails. Now first of all, I'm going to put the flex tails on the screen. I've been using them the whole time. I've got the small one and the mini, and that has been brilliant. We've kept it in the bivvy the whole time, and it's dramatically decreased the mozzies around me, 100% fact. Never used one before, I'm not going to lie, I've never used one before, but I brought it on this trip, and me and Emma are impressed. But the main thing for me, out of all the products, is this. Now this is the Mosquito insect repellent, 50% DEET. Now apparently Toby says to me DEET is the stuff that makes it very, very strong, or the best it possibly can be. It says, and also 8 hours of protection. It certainly gives that. I've been spraying this on my body. I've got it out because I'm going to do it in a second. But the be all and end all is obviously the most frustrating thing in the world, is when you're sat there in the evening and you're laying in bed and you hear zzz, and one lands on your face and bites you. Now, if I'm honest, I wasn't sure about this. Gardner said, look, this is a new product coming, basically available to you guys very soon, and it's basically it's a fabric protection that repels mosquitoes. Emma looked at me a bit funny when we got here, because I was spraying it all like da-di-da-di-da, spraying all the bivvy, all sort of dripping, if you like, and it sort of sat there, smidged it in a bit, and I kind of left it at that. But one thing I will say is a midgie is going nowhere near the front of bivvy, and there's been no midgies inside of the bivvy as well, being that I've done it on that full protection on the front. So this for me, 10 out of 10, I thoroughly recommend it, and something I'll be bringing on drips going forward. Also this Moz Stop as well, this Gardner Moz Stop, I'm going to bring this when we go on holiday. So when myself and Emma go away on holiday, non-fishing holiday, this is perfect. You know, when you're going for a nice walk in the evenings, whether that's with your kids or whatever you're doing, you can spray this on, even not in a fishing environment, and know that it's going to protect you. So yeah, really, really impressed, and fair play to you, Gardner. Now what I'll do is I'll put the links in the bottom of the description of this video. You can go over, it'll pull you straight to a link, and you'll be able to purchase these products. Go over, support us, and protect yourself while you're at it as well. So yeah, fair play Gardner, and like I said, really impressed. You know, I don't sit here and talk about products if I'm not passionate about them and I'm not for it. Now I'm definitely for this, and something that really puts a smile on my face and stopped me getting eaten alive on this particular session alongside Emma. She's quoted to me, I have not been bitten once on this whole session, vice versa, and that's a first. She's in front of me here, she's just sitting to the right, she's going, that's a first, I'm impressed. Not a bite on me, she's going, there you go. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, and get yourself protected. So there it is, rods are out. Emma's are out behind me. 2 on the spot, 1 over to the left, and there's been a load of commotion over there towards Adam and Baz's peg over the background. So if they haven't had anything, I'll put them up on the screen now. I see Toby and that run down from their pegs, and Beck to help, so I think something's definitely happened. But as you can see, the light's starting to come down, goes down over that hill, and that darkness is going to come in. What is tonight going to bring, or is tomorrow morning going to throw up something like it did this morning? The wind's still blowing in to this bay, really coming in. Again, 1 rod over there, 2 rods on there. I'm glad I put 2 on there, because maybe I might not have had that fish this morning if I didn't put the 2 on there, which is the first time I've done that yesterday. I've always fished 1 there, 2 over here. Last night I put 2 there, 1 there. So whether there's anything in it, I don't know, but it has done the biggest fish having them 2 rods over there on this trip. So come on the carp. Let's have it. We've got a nice little pasty. Lovely common, the future Euro Aqua. Goodbye. Lovely jubbly. Rod's back out on the dance floor. Makes matter on the dance floor. Come on the NOSSA pigs. Breakfast, breakfast, breakfast. I've got some lovely eggs, ham, my 5 a day, and a white roll. Lovely. Well, morning guys, it's now, I don't know, 10 o'clock, something like that. Very, very, very slow night. Just very up and down, if I'm honest. Wind changed, and then it was obviously going across, now it's sort of coming over the other opposite direction. Lovely and sunny, not really catching much in the day, not just mile a day. So we're going to pop down Balaton, I think. I'm not going to record this, guys. So myself and Emma, so obviously I mentioned to you earlier on in the video, the food alarm or bell goes off at 2 o'clock. So I think we're going to go out for a couple of hours, maybe have an apple juice by the beach or something. But Balaton's obviously fresh water as well, so I might have a little swim as well with Emma, so that'd be nice. Ice creams, cocktails, Balaton. Sound good, babe? She's behind the camera smiling, so yeah, we'll touch base with you in a bit. A few other bits I want to go over in this video. Rigs I haven't touched on yet. Couple other little naughties I want to go over, which I think is quite exciting as well in regards to bivvies, but I don't give too much away. And see you in a bit. Right, well, dinner was absolutely spot on. I think they call it like barbecue Fridays, and it was certainly that. It was, yeah, just truly lovely food, like a skewer with meat on, a little bit of vegetable, got my 5 a day, a nice apple juice and some peary chips as well. They put like this lovely salt over the chips and it was banging. Emma's actually gone to have a massage with Jackie, they're good friends, so they've gone out, and Beck as well. So Beck and all of them have gone out, little family, for a nice massage, so fair play to them, fair play to them. It's been very hot, very, very hot. So last week, Peg 5, to put into perspective, done 67 fish. Now, it was 10 degrees cooler than what it is now. It increased massively and the temperature of the water went up through the roof, which was not aiding what we were doing whatsoever. To the point where the people, I think the gentleman's name is Martin, comes here a lot. He's in Peg 3, he's just left today with all of his family. He's like, we're off, mate. It's just not happening. So, yeah, it's not easy fishing. It's really has been one of them weeks. I think you take a risk this kind of time of year. It's either going to be off or it's going to be on. The temperatures drop 10 degrees going into next week. So the people that are on next week, it's going to go off from. It's just a shame it didn't, in regards to the temperature, do what it should have done. But it is what it is. That's fishing, I guess. I'll see you in a bit. Bush. So I'm back, like I mentioned earlier, and I've sort of been plodding along, doing my bits, making new rigs and doing what you do. You know, I thought I'd come down here for 15 minutes and I've seen the marker, Emma's marker's smashing the living bits. So I've not got no rods out at the moment, but it was a no-brainer to flick hers out, and it keeps getting liners. I've literally flicked the rig next to that marker pole. I could see that doing a bite, I really could. It's still moving out there now. You're not going to pick it up on the camera, but yeah. Just going to leave that one there till she's back, I think. Exciting times. That's going to be a hard one to explain if I have a 90-pounder off it. Dinner time. Emma's just got back. She's staying way out of the camera shots.
Just had a massage and my hair's up.
She goes, no, I'm not getting in the video. She goes, all right, no problem. Drawing rod, scream off. But yeah, dinner's arrived. I think there's in here, we got ham and egg and pickle by the looks of it. So I've got one a foot off the marker to the left, and I've got one 2 foot off the marker to the right. Left hand rod, I've got one just to the right of the marker, probably about half a rod length off it. So you've got the main bait, and then I've fished just off it. The night is going to come in soon. Looking forward to tomorrow. I'm also looking forward to seeing what tonight brings for sure. But it's time to sit back now, have some dinner. Hopefully, a 100-pounder. We shall see. Well, I tell you what, they've just put a picture in a little group chat. We've got a little group chat, and he's just put a picture in of, it was a 48 he's had, and it's an absolute banger. Said it wasn't massive, not a massive fight by any means, but I said I've just got off the phone to him. But a really cool one, a real cool, typical Euro Aqua fish, and fair play to him. Fair play to him. Proper one, that. Well done, mate. So here it is, second to last night. Can hear the frogs. I've seen a lot of action sort of between the island and my marker pole. weird occurrence on the left hand rod earlier, and I've had a few liners on the middle and the right rod. Like I said earlier, peg 3's gone, so you've got peg 1, peg 2, and over the back peg 4, and then next to that peg 5, which are where Toby and where that light is over there. Don't it look beautiful with that mountain in the background? I don't think it gets much better than this, does it really? Carp in excess of £100 in front of you. Apple juice in hand. Does it get much better? I don't think it does. Come on the carp, and come on the 18mm fruit and nut hardened hookers with that little white top on tonight. Is it going to do an absolute whacker-jacker? I've also got that single rod over the back on that blue marker as well. So for now, night all, but hopefully I'll see you very soon. Tonight and tomorrow night to go. Whoop, whoop. So I would raise the camera up this morning, but Emma was not impressed. She's not happy. She's too early, she's saying, too early. But this is breakfast. She's just turned up. We've got a roll, and she's just lost a £40 leather at the net on her rod. So, yeah, bit of a sore subject. But dinner's here. Have no fear. Do you like that? Right then, guys, well, you join me similar sort of time now, the similar sort of time every day. I'm just sat here in this bivvy. It's just too hot out there. The fishing shuts off. The fish start sunbathing. There's thousands of fish out of the out of bounds. As you can see now, it's just crazy over there. Yeah, a little bit frustrating if I'm honest, but that is just how it is. The early evening / early morning and through the night is when it's been sort of happening. But now what I wanted to do is, obviously I promised you that I was going to go over sort of the rig that I've been using on this particular scenario. And to be honest with you, very basic at that, very basic, but something that's been doing me bites, but small little things that I think make a difference in my eyes. And as I say that, I go and get a beat on my right hand rod. So here it is, a very, very, very simple setup. Now, I've moved over. I've used quarter braid for a very, very long time, over 20 years plus. And this stuff's called jelly wire. It's the silk brown, and it's soft, and it's from Atomic Tackle. Now this is the £35. I opted for the £35 because I was playing about the link before I come. When you strip it, it's got, it's still soft, but because you're fishing with 35, there's that little bit more there, if that's any way of describing it. Now I've completely stripped it back with the ESP rig tool. I've just stripped it completely back. Now, first of all, the main reason for that is I know out there, but when I particularly drop the pole, when I'm getting a drop, it is very, 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 very silty where I am. You know, it's going down a lot, soft as hell. And I'm also fishing a big distance lead, so I'm fishing a 4.5 ounce distance lead, which is obviously dropping off. Now, starting from the bottom down to where the lead is and up from that point, I'm going to kick it off with a fruit and nut hardened hooker 18mm with half of a 12mm pop up on there. Now, it's yesterday give it a bit the bait a little bit of buoyancy, but more so for a visual aspect. That visual aspect's everything to me. Now this is where it gets a little bit spicy. On there I've got a saber hook, which is from Atomic, and they are my new go-to hook. They're sharp as sharp out of the packet. I haven't been sharpening this week because these hooks are just razor out of the packet. I bought in second I see them, put them in a bit of wood, wriggle them around, take them out, hammer it in a bit of wood again and pull it out, and it was still sharp. I was blown away. This is ridiculous. Check this out. So now this is where it gets spicy and something I've not really done before. Now first of all, I'm going to run the hook up and down a bit of wood. Now most hooks, without saying any brands, by this point they're blunt as blunt. I'm going to get the hook, put it in the wood, push it down and actually bang it into the wood itself. I'm also now going to pull that to try and blunt the point of the hook. I've changed now, so you can just see that I'm not trying to BS here and run it over. There's the hook, the same hook that I've just put in that bit of wood, and I'm going to run it over my nail again. And as you can clearly see, lightly, like I did before, there's 2 marks on my nail. That hook out the packet is very sharp. I've just abused it no end and it's still very sharp. So available in multiple sizes, barbed and barbless. They even do their zig range of hook as well. And I feel at a great price too. So there it is. Fulfill your atomic needs at Tommy's Tackle right now. So that's what's made me pull onto them. This is the Sabre, this is the Y-gape version. But what I have done is I'm running a little bit of shrink tube on there. Now I don't know if you can see that, I say a little bit, it's quite a bit actually. Now I've pulled it up so it follows the eye, and at the top bit I've pinched it so it sort of sits and kicks, which makes the hook flip, if you like. Now if I hold my hand there, that's exactly what it's doing, and it's the hook holds have been devastating, absolutely devastating. Now moving down from that, I would probably say it's around sort of 8 to 9 inches, that link, if that. I'm fishing a Atomic Tackle anti-sleeve. The only thing I've done differently, I've done a overhand figure of 8 loop there and made the loop a little bit bigger, just past the end of the kicker. It gives that a little bit more, well, basically kicks that a little bit more because you've doubled the braid up. I know when that sinks in, because I've got soft braid, it's going to sit on top of that silt and obviously be presentated, and that hook bait's going to be sat on the top. I think if I was fishing, say, a long boom or semi-stiff braid or a really stiff braid, I think you get that effect where it just doesn't sit right. What I have been doing is I've moving this up from there. I've been fishing a hybrid lead clip. Well, the hybrid lead clip is from Corda, and I've chinked the end off so the lead can come off, and then pushed that tail rubber down, and up from that I'm fishing the free fall 1 metre tubing from Rigmarole, and it's unbelievable. It sinks like a brick, it's very straight, and also it protects the fish. So if you hook into a big fish here, you know it's got that, if it rubs against the flank of the fish, you've got that tubing to protect you. So there it is, something a little bit simple, if I'm honest, nothing too crazy, but something that's been doing me bites, and hopefully a couple more before I leave. But that is everything that I've been sort of using, and the companies I've been using. And again, what I'll do is I'll link all this at the bottom of the screen now. You can go over and fill your boots, you can make that own rig. I mean, I normally fish that with a wafter on the end at home, but obviously being away, I was fishing it with the smaller baits at the beginning of the week, but I was just getting hounded by bream, crucian and smaller fish. Putting that bigger bait in's eliminated that problem, still getting that aggressive hook hold, but nailing them every time, and stopping them smaller fish from giving me jip. So there it is, something quite simple, but as I promised, I was going to go over the rigs. So the rules, something that I wanted to touch on as well, I didn't mention with the rigs. The rules have slightly changed here at Euro Aqua, and I feel for the better. Obviously, previously coming here, it's always been barbless hooks, and now I can actually use micro barbs. It's in their rules. What I'll do is I'll put the rules up on the screen now, and for further detail, go over to Euro Aqua's Facebook page or their website, and you'll get the full details on there. But I'll pop them up on the screen now. That, in my eyes, when you've hooked into a fish, that's not as bum twitchy. So we say, I'm not holding on to that fish thinking don't come off because it's a barbless, don't come off because it's marvellous. I think with that micro barb, it's still going in, it's not damaging the mouth, it's not moving around because it's a micro barb, and it's just staying in that bottom lip, and it has been bottom lip business every time. And first time I've landed a very high percentage of what I've hooked into. Before, I have lost fish due to hook pulls, but I think that's solely been down to barbless hooks, big fish moving and shaking around naturally, and especially if you're not dumping the lead. I've seen that before. The lead, they're using that as basically a rig reject. It's shooting out. They're using the lead, and the lead's pulling the hook link out and shooting the hook out. I've seen it, and yeah, I'm just glad that has changed. So like I said, I don't mean to waffle, but I did want to put that on the screen now, because I know a lot of you are probably thinking, what are the rules? How does it work? Well, they're on the screen now, check it out. So if you are coming to Euro Aqua, make sure you stick to the rules and do what you should be doing, and just enjoy this wonderful place. That's all I can say. one night ahead of me now, and I'm a little bit gutted, if I'm honest. I'd love to do 2 weeks here, but unfortunately I don't have financial freedom like that. I'm looking forward to going back to Parker Baits HQ and putting a shift in going into next week and seeing all the family again. I truly am. It's been a lovely week here with Emma, it really has. But it's not over yet. We've got one night ahead, and I think tomorrow off midday or something like that. So that is not over yet. Something could happen on the last night. It has happened on the last night. I've known of people packing up rod on the deck, and then it's done a 99 pounder. As they're packing up, they've packed all the rods away, left one rod out, and it's done a 99 pounder on the deck. It's the spool's spooled up. It's not even been on the pod, so it can happen. It can happen. How mega would that be? I'll see you in a bit, and it is update time, 11:45 at the moment. I think we're up 2 o'clock for lunch. Carp green. Now, it puts a smile on my face. I mean, this is something that I've seen at the shows, and I'm partial to a few apple juices and also a nice barbecue on the bank. Now, I got in contact with Carp green before I come out, and to be honest with you, I'm blown away. This is their second from biggest one they do. They do various different sizes. But don't that look carpy? And to be honest with you, throughout the duration of the week, I haven't been using it as a cool box. I did it at the beginning of the week to transfer my stuff over, which I'll show you inside in a second. I brought burgers and bacon over, but I have been using it as a seat. It's been very comfy over the duration. It sort of sits in nice with the scenes here at Euro Aqua, the colour of it. I think it looks boss, to be honest with you, but it don't stop there. Why have I been sat on it? Well, I've got a little cup holder here, so I can put my apple juice just in here. Look at that. And that just clips in. So if I pull that up, look, that just clips in. Now I've got a nice little basket there as well for my fruit. Not that I'm a massive fruit kind of guy. And then obviously, as you can see, I've got my Sainsbury's bag in there, my cool packs in. That I brung loads of room, and it kept it absolutely fine for the duration of the days that I was here. Got a little compass in there, it's sealed, and it's got that lovely chopping board in there as well. So you're going to see this again over the duration at the Parker Baits YouTube channel, and something that we're going to be stocking soon at Tommy's Tackle, because I think these are beautiful. You've got a convenient little handle on the front, you've got the rigid one, and also that one as well on wheels, which makes it really easy to move. So Carp green, massive shout out to you, and like I said, these will be available very, very soon at Tommy's Tackle. So we got chicken with mozzarella and tomatoes stuffed in that chicken. It looks absolutely mega. Just add some cheese on top, pasta underneath, scaly, lovely. So you got like brownies, some whipped cream, some sort of mousse in there as well. But Emma's still eating at the moment, but Toby's getting involved, ain't you, mate? Looking a little bit red. But I had one last night, mate, didn't you?
Yeah, 45. They aerator pump packed up last night, so first thing this morning I thought there'd be a little bowl out there where the aerator's been banging in.
Yeah.
Slung the bag in there, 10 minutes later, boom, 45er, an OG fish, 18mm boilie, nice little NOSSA kick to end up.
Lovely, mate, lovely times. Right, well, you join me with Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
We're not sure who's Tweedle and who's Dum, really, either way.
You're dumb, I just tweedle about a bit.
But I'm going to leave you with the guys for a few minutes, and they're going to talk over, well, first impressions of Euro Aqua and what the trip has brung so far. So enjoy this, and I'll leave you with these two.
Cheers, Ben. Well,
What do you reckon then, eh?
first impressions. Well, when I got here, I just looked, what a beautiful place. You've got the mountains in the distance. It's just a beautiful location to come to. We ended up in Peg 5, we had that. We knew we were getting Peg 5. Guys, last week, 67 fish out of Peg 5. And I thought, yes, come on, we're going to do it this week. But it's been a bit of a strange old week. But what I will say, before we go into any more depth, I've most probably had one of the best fishing trips I've ever had. Great company, good fun, and just laughter. But,
He's obviously not on about me here. Somebody else he found on the way over, I think. He can't be on about me.
Well, you've heard of Reeves and Mortimer. This is Lionel and Richie, so this is a new thing. But anyway, we're good at short casting and we're good at catching little fish. Yeah, we started off, the journey over was pretty cool.
We played a few little jokes on me, didn't we? Set you up, because we never knew what his real life stage name was till he sent us his passport. Well, obviously between me and you, it's Lionel. Not Toby, Lionel. So we had some special stickers made for the back of the motorhome. Tiny Lionel on board, all the way through Europe. And obviously he sussed it out in the end and gave me a rollicking. And a few days in, me and the wife went down with him for dinner, and we had Lionel t-shirts on. Took him about 25 minutes to actually twig what the t-shirts said. So he's had a few pranks pulled on you, haven't you?
Only a few,
yeah.
only a few. The other prank was, Tobes, you're fishing over there, we're fishing there, and Becky's fishing down there. Oh, Tobes, by the way, there's no fish in your swim.
Mind you, it does help if it put some bait on.
Yeah. Now, all jokes aside, I mean, some of the fish I've seen this week have been absolutely beautiful. Tip-top condition. I have to say this for Euro Aqua, the condition of the fish and the swims and the location itself, everything is superb, down to a T. But some of the fish, they're beautiful. I mean, we touch on, Becky's had a couple of 60s now, and Rich has had a couple of 60s now, and it's just been amazing. And Ben on 8, I mean,
Which
what
had it
a
away,
linear.
He's had it
What
away,
a linear. I think it's 200 grams under the world record, and that is a fish. To actually go and witness that fish, unbelievable. And but that just sums up what Euro Aqua was about. 1 minute you can be fishing and there's not a lot going on. Next minute your rod goes off. You don't know what you're going to get, do you, Rich?
No, you don't, mate, no. It could be £100 and knock his head up, or it could be a 40-pounder. But the problem we've had is last week, the temperature was a lot cooler.
I managed to inch one out this morning. The aerator had gone off during the night, and I thought this morning, right, I'll fish as close as I can to where that aerator's been going in, and within 10 minutes, bang, I got a 45. And that really made me trip, because it was like I was fishing miles away from that, if you get me drift, and I just thought I'd make a big change, made a decision, put it in there, and bang. So, all right, I've had a couple of fish, but what a beautiful fish that was as well.
Yeah, it was a lovely fish, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did have a bit of excitement as well. We were at lunch and we knew the weather was slightly going to change. Now, we've had beautiful sunshine up in the 30 degrees. Richard burnt his back. He's got blisters on his back where he got burnt. He's got a few blisters on top of his head. But anyway, we come back from lunch and this storm's coming in. And it didn't look that bad, and we thought, right, let's get out. I said, look, we'll crack on out, we'll get the bait out, get back in. At least we've got our bait out on the water and we haven't got to worry about it. So off we goes. We're off on the big adventure. We're out in the middle of the lake.
Typical Tweedledum and Tweedledee disaster, this is.
So
I'm
we
telling
get
you.
out and I said to Rich, let's come in over a bit near our boat. No, it's going to pass, it's going to pass.
I said, it's only water, don't matter, it's hot, isn't it? We're only going to get wet, cool us down, won't it?
So we got we're just coming up to my patch. Now I got no t-shirt on or anything like that. Rich is there in his camouflage outfit. I'm not sure if you can see him, but it's a lovely outfit.
Well, I'm here.
He's on the boardwalk with that. But all jokes aside. So anyway, we starts getting a bit of rain, and it starts now. It's getting heavy, and I thought, next minute, Rich is I'm
not joking you.
Hailstones.
Hailstones the size of golf balls. And when you've got a bald head like me, and you've got severe sunburn on your shoulders and your head, they come a bit keen, they do, right?
So,
but anyway, all he's done is taking the mickey out of me, laughing, belting at me, right? And I'll be just going to pop off screen for one moment, right? And I'm just going to pinch my heart out off the glamorous... 1 minute.
So while he's gone, so it's getting worse. It's getting, we can't even see the bank.
No. This is me in the boat.
So we're heading.
It's like that.
Yeah, and we're heading towards the aerator. And also, so in between the laughing, I'm saying to him, "Where you going? Where you going? Rich, where you going?"
I said, "Well, I don't know. I can't see. I've got a bucket on my head."
So we did get rather wet, and I've been wet quite a few times this week. And that's what he just does. He just keeps getting me wet all the time.
And I like you wet.
You do, don't you? No, every time I turn around, he's got the bottle, I've got it on my head. It's just constant, just putting water on my head all the time.
You love it?
Mm. This is how you round it. You bastard! Now, so this is how you round it. Sometimes, you know, things that go around, come around. Are you all right, Richie?
That was refreshing.
What a wasted time. Should have been here on the outside, read the signs. Used to call you mine. Gave it my best, but I don't need one more try. 'Cause baby, I'm all out of hope. Could I find it when I go? Think we're only here to stay alive now. Funny, we ran out of kids.
It's just gone 20 past 8, had a lovely dinner, come back, went over to Toby, obviously Beck and Rich. It was lovely, yeah, had a nice evening, and then we obviously come back and then slowly putting the rods out. Now on the way back from the hut, we had to drop the buggy off, so we went to the hut, I nipped into the toilet, come out, we started walking back, and when we're halfway up the bank, Emma goes to me, I've just seen a fish there. So there was a massive vortex there, so we both went over and both witnessed that vortex. It's clearly a fish over there. So I said, well, what I'll do is I'll cast one over on the bank and then just drop it in and then put a shovel or bait over it, which is exactly what we've done on that rod. So that's going to be interesting. I pulled away from the farm marker. It's not done a bite in the last 48 hours. The fish I was picking up off that were slightly smaller. Not that I'm complaining, but they were definitely smaller. So we've tried this margin spot. Next up from that, come back, and obviously we cast a rig directly in the middle and then just literally catapulted some bully over it. That was it. Left it 3-4 hours, nothing. Now, like I said, it brings you to where we are now. I've just said to Emma, we need to redo that rod, so she's just redone that rod, put it next to the marker, but cast over the marker and then sort of reeled onto it, or pulled it back, if you like, so the link then literally slowly drops on the spot, and that it did. It's perfect over there, and I think we got away with it because the marker's still moving and there's bubbles coming up. Finishing off with the final spots out there, I've got my 2 rods on that main key marker. That's done the 70, a 60, and I think 2 50s and a few 40s as well. So I'm looking out there now. The marker just jolted just ever so slightly, and that's exciting. That's the first time I've seen that this evening, but then on my own defence, I've not really been watching it because I've been running around this evening watching everything else par out there. So I know that's where the bank is where I was going to put the rods, because obviously been playing about the other 2 spots. last night tonight, off about midday tomorrow, and then the long journey home, 15-hour drive. That's going to be exciting. But also exciting because anything can happen tonight, anything can happen. So stay tuned. There's a few things I'm going to go over tomorrow, which is quite interesting as well. So yeah, stay tuned. And hopefully myself and Emma can pull it off tonight with a couple more bangers to end the trip. It'd be lovely to see Emma with a NOSSA pig, as we say at the Parker Baits YouTube channel. And that truly would be nice. So there it is. Much love all. Last night, what was it going to bring?
Here we go, £40 on the nose. Look at this pretty stunning fish. But for it's a baby NOSSA compared to what you've got in this lake, but look at that.
Last minute Londy.
Hey? Very pretty.
So myself and Emma have got to do a massive shout out for Tracker because they've looked after us on this event at Euro Aqua. And this is the Tracker Tempest RS 200. And my God, has it been a good bivvy, babe.
Oh, amazing.
Isn't it? We've seen some conditions here at Euro Aqua over the years. And particularly in peg 6 and 7 where the bivvy's actually been ripped away, pulled away from us. Now we were in a savager thunderstorm, weren't we, this time? The reeds over to my right, obviously you're not going to see that, but we're obviously pushed down and the bivvy was stuck, just sat there like this, like it was on steroids and it wasn't going to move anywhere, and it certainly didn't move anywhere, did it, bub? So
it's the most safe I've ever felt in a thunderstorm.
Comfiest.
Here you can get 50 to 80 or 90 mile/hour winds.
Oh,
so
it's just dealt with it, innit? And it's just so strong. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to touch on a couple of the key features. What I am going to do is, as well, for the channel, when I get back, I'm going to actually do a full review on this bivvy and go over it in great more depth. But what I do want to do is just touch on a couple of key points. Now, if you want to come over, Emma, first of all, I think the biggest key point for me was myself and Emma had plenty of room. The whole time we've been here, we've got two things. You've got this lovely sort of area in the middle where you can put whatever you need. We had a little table here, and it was just very convenient. We've also had the inner capsule put in as well, which I think gives you that little bit of privacy. And my missus is not a fan of bugs, so it eliminates them bugs that little bit more. I think moving on from that is obviously the storm poles, the skull cap, and this. This made me seriously satisfied. Little things. That's a magnet. Oh. So when you've done your rods, you can just oh, look at that, beautiful. And also, I think I'll finish it off with, last but not least, it has been the easiest bivvy to set up, if I'm honest with you. It's the quickest bivvy that I've set up, and I think they do an extension for this, but we don't need it. This is big enough. This is more than big enough, eh, bub?
Yeah, great
so
size.
Skull cap, again, easy to use, very similar to the Frontier. One thing I would say with the Frontier is when I'm lifting it up, I have snapped the joint out before of it. With that, I think it's almost impossible. You've also got the side vents as well, but that's enough of that. That's enough of that. But Tracker, thank you very much. As you can see, I've got stuff all in the background at the moment, running things down. But yeah, fair play, Tracker. And if you haven't got an RS 200 and you're going on a long trip with the missus and you want a bit of privacy and you just want a nice bit of space over the duration of a week because you're on holiday, thoroughly recommend. Tracker,
Agreed.
massive shout out to you. Right, well, you can just about see everybody behind there. I'm struggling with the camera lens, but it's been a lovely week. We thoroughly enjoyed ourselves, all of us, and I'm sure you'll be seeing us soon. So for now, give us a thumbs up, make sure you comment down below, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos going forward. And from us, I'll see you soon.